Yes! Do you know that our children's brain are wired through relationships? Yes, this brings us to the other part. Remember in my previous video, we are still talking about emotional intelligence and we are trying to understand and make you understand too why we say that if you don't deal with your struggles, emotional struggles, your children inherit it. So we are taking you through the science, way on this for you to understand that even in science, if you don't, biologically, scientifically, if you don't deal with your emotional struggles, you are going to, raise children with that wound. You are going to raise children who will continue where you stopped. Yes. Now, in our previous video, we talked about the epigenetics, and today we are talking about the neurobiology part of this. And we said that neurobiology, is the study of the brain and the nervous system. So it's the study of the biology where the brain learns the emotional pattern. So now, for us to understand how this works, remember I said earlier that our children's brain are wired through relationship. So for us to understand how this works, in early childhood, when you were little, you mirror what you saw, For instance, if your dad or your mom is the type that before they go out, they clean their shoes. You see, even in our homes, we see our little children try to do what they saw us doing. So if you are the type that your daddy cleans their shoe before leaving, you see that as a child, you do that. You clean your shoe before because it is what you see. Because at that age, as a young child, our brains are what? Photocopying machine. Yes. Even now, if you have under 5 years old in your house, what they do is what they see you doing. So whatever character you see them exhibit, see that as your report card. So let's go, So now, if a child grow in a home where the father or the mother yells a lot, or the father is beats the mom a lot, that child will grow up to be a woman beater. There is no amount of prayer or deliverance, except if that child grows and decides to deal with their emotion. Yes. And now, if the mom is a yeller, that child will grow up to be a yeller. A child that shouts at every point in time because they see it as normal. That is what they saw growing up. So now, if that child grew in that family where they yell or beat, they end up becoming chronic woman beater or chronic yeller. Why is this so? This is simply because in that family, a child that grew up in that family, they have ended up, having a very sensitive amygdala. It's also a part of the brain. Yes. We'll talk about that in one of my videos. So now you see that the child's amygdala becomes very sensitive, and the child will not, I don't know, I'm trying to bring this down to, our, level for us to understand what I'm trying to say. The child will always be, let me not use the word hyperactive, but the child will be a kind of child that shouts at every given opportunity. Any little thing they yell, they beat, because that is what they saw. So they see it as a way of life. So if in your childhood, or you have any childhood trauma you have not resolved, please try and resolve this. This is because this triggers your actions. Yes, these things triggers your actions, and you end up raising children like that. Yes. So have I been able to explain and for you to see how your children can inherit your emotions? Remember, I first of all explained the epigenetics so it can flow through your DNA. Yes. So we have to deal with distance. And this is why you see parents There are some parents that I still wonder why this happens. There are some parents that, children cry irritates them. Yeah, if you are experiencing this, you have an undealt trauma you have to deal with. And do you know why this is so? This is simply because when you were growing up as a child, maybe when you cry, your parent will beat you for crying. They will hit you for crying and say, why will you be crying for no reason? How can you just wake up and decide to cry? Let me give you a reason to cry. They will now hit you so that to them, you are now crying because they hit you. That's the reason for crying. And we do it today. Some of us get irritated when our children are throwing tantrums, especially the girl child. They throw tantrum, they're crying, whining and all those, including the boy child. They do that a lot. And what do? We hit them for doing that, for crying, because we feel irritated. Why? You were also, heated for crying. So you saw it as a way of life. So please deal with this. Yes, I hope you're able to pick up something from this video. Are you seeing my video for the first time? Please take this hug and please go and watch my video, series of videos on emotional intelligence. The reason, the curriculum behind this is I want us all to heal from this. And you see that the world will become a better place. And you see that we'll stop having angry adults, walking around, And please like, share, and comment. And please, 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 and please see you in my next video. Bye.